Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you some building techniques, some motor locking techniques, and just overall how to get better at building things in Plain Crazy. My first tip is get a 3D model. The one I would recommend, if you go to your browser, you type in Sketchfab. This is a free 3D model website. Go to this, and then whatever build you want, just type up here in search 3D models. For an example of how I used it, I'll search up Yorktown, the aircraft carrier you probably have seen me do a showcase on. It's one of the more popular showcases I've done, and you can kind of see there's a very big resemblance. I got everything from the paint to all of the tiny details, like all of the little guns at the side, and even the little railings. So I would highly suggest using this website to find whatever creation you want, and you can see every little single detail. Like if you want the if you want a spaceship, you can kind of see all the little tiny details in it. Second tip is get the right color for your build. So for example, if I'm building a typhoon, I've got a little bit of foreshadowing for a movie I'm making. If I click anywhere, it'll tell me the RGB of that of this code here, and so it's one. If I go to here, it's 180. So it's 180, 197. Go to 197 and 193. Okay, and as you see, I have the correct color that is on the typhoon. Third tip are some building techniques. Imagine you have this just flat wedge thing and you want to give it a bit more detail. What I would recommend, get rid of one in between each one of them, get a smaller or a longer wedge and put it in between like this. This will really give some emphasis to your build and to make it not look plain. Just flat wedges, it will make it not look plain. You can see this in my SCP lab build. I've used some alternating wedges to create this effect, and I think it looks pretty cool. You can also use other little details like using wing panels, which have been changed material. You can use some half wedges, half cylinders, pontoons. You can use pretty much anything that you wouldn't usually use. You can just put more detail into this. And this leads me to my second point with this build. Well, there's actually three in this one build, is lighting. So if I go down to here, you see it's all just plain. See, it's all just plain this whole way, but if I turn the lights on, it just looks a lot better. As you can see, it gives shadows to everything and just makes everything more defined. And like up here, you can kind of see the difference it makes. It's just lighting is super important in builds like this. And then also just use materials for your builds. Like here's a D-class containment. Just use materials. See, I just use slate, I use metal, I use fabric, I use loads. I even use diamond plate. This is metal, and yeah, just use the materials, and you'll find your build just pops out. Next up are custom wedges. So you can see this in my Beaufort. I have a tutorial on this if you want to. So if you see, this moves up, and if I lock it together, pop, pop, and there we go. Now we have a custom wedge, which you would not be able to achieve with just the normal blocks. Fifth tip is think outside of the box. If you want to create a weird spaceship looking thing with a bunch of spinning cutters on the front of it, build a weird spaceship thing with loads of cutters on the front of it with turrets. Just don't let anyone say that what you can't and cannot build. The thing with Plain Crazy, you can build anything. You can really build anything. And finally, my sixth tip is practice. If you don't keep practicing, you're not going to get better. I didn't get better overnight, so even if you get something wrong, Keep building. If something doesn't look right, keep building. Fix it. Use some tips. Use some trails. Use some ladders to add more detail. Try paint it different. Use different materials. And you'll eventually get what you're looking for. If you keep trying, you are going to succeed. Eventually. If you keep trying, you are going to eventually succeed. And as you can see, I have 44 days of playing this game. 44 days of playtime. That's about over 1,000 hours. It's actually 1,066 hours. So pretty much all I can say is the 6th tip is the best. Just keep practicing. You're not really going to find any tips better than practice. There isn't really this one tip fits all, or one building tip will solve all of your problems. Maybe motor lock, but that's beside the point. You are not going to get better without practice. So what you're going to do, you're going to go into your build menu, you're going to get your 3D model, you're going to use all of the tips I've told you, use trails, use ladders for like railings, you can just use anything. Think outside of the box. You could probably use stairs instead of wedges if you want even more detail, or maybe even use it for a gun turret. You can use any single block you want. Like, if you want like a weird design for a diamond, you can use stairs. Like, it's just, the possibilities are absolutely endless. So if you enjoyed this video or find it helpful in any way, subscribe and give a like. It really helps me out, and it allows me to make more videos like this and help you guys, because I want to show that this game is truly amazing. You can build absolutely anything. So get into your build menu, go onto the game, and build your creation. Bye.